Yo, what it do, man? Back with another vid. And man, I'm so excited for this. And man, I'm glad to see this day come. Somebody finally is standing up and doing what should have been done a long time ago, which is standing up to the bullies of the black community, BLM, man. The biggest finessers, the biggest liars. They worse than the pimps in the pulpit, man. BLM. The biggest lie ever sold, man. I can't believe so many people sold into the lie, but at least I get to see the day when people start uncovering the truth. Candace Owens, they came out with a nice documentary exposing the lies, and we about to get right into it, man.
So Black Lives Matter released their 990 IRS filings. They collected $80 million.
$80 million, bro. $80 million. They made $80 million pretending to care about black men dying in the streets. They made $80 million while they was going around rioting and destroying other people's businesses, including small businesses, man. A lot of people who was innocent and ain't had nothing to do with nothing destroyed their lives, and in the process made $80 million doing it.
Where is that money?
It's not here. Everything looks worse than it was.
Where have you seen that money impacted throughout the city? So my producer just sent me.
And it's sad, but it kind of reminds me of where I'm from, Selma, Alabama. Hell, I think that was the first greatest lie ever sold. Every year, millions of people come there for the Jubilee, and millions of dollars come into the city, and we don't see it. We don't see no new jobs being opening up. We don't see no new stores. We don't see no new opportunities. Nothing. Last time, I think when Obama came, there was literally like $80 million came through the city. Damn near the same amount. And the city's still poor as hell. The streets is still messed up. It's potholes everywhere. Crackheads everywhere. Ain't nobody invest in the public school system and open up new job opportunities for the people. Nothing. And I get it. Nobody ever said they was obligated to do that. But damn. So y'all come down here just to literally just make bank off of the pain of the Jim Crow era. Black people going through what they went through back then. You know, the Bloody Sunday. People getting beat on the bridge. I got actually family members that was there. And ain't nobody ever came to help them with shit. But y'all making millions and millions and millions of dollars off this shit.
A link. It is just shocking to me.
Shut up,
because
Candace.
of how much money was raised to think that where he lived, the bills weren't being covered. Super frustrating, but that's a dead end, so. And here's where it gets really interesting. Ready for some BLM pride? Another $200K went to escorts, BDSM workers, strippers, peep show workers, phone sex operators, and webcam performers. And then at that moment, it became personal. And I thought,
wow. These people was out here living like they in a fucking movie. These motherfuckers was out here chilling with Rick Ross, smoking cigars, listening to that Maybach music. I bet they was shutting them gay strip clubs in Atlanta down. All the money they was throwing at them. That's sad, man. They spent all that money on the LGBTQ. And it's a weird alliance that they have because the struggles ain't even the same. Like, why? Why are y'all doing this? And then on top of that, they basically helped the LGBTQ hijack the black movement. You feel me? There was a black movement going on where black people was fighting for rights, fighting for the people, not just black people, but everybody who was being treated a certain type of way. And they decided to make it all about them. It's fucking crazy, man.
not only am I going to say the truth, I am going to scream the truth louder than you can scream the lies.
Shout out Candace, man. The greatest lie ever sold.
That's incredible that the majority of the world hasn't seen this.
Yeah, I gotta go cop that. Hell, it just came out. I need to go cop that.
Remember the BLM movement, May of 2020, when every high school girl in America was absolutely required to put a black square on her Instagram page? Remember that? BLM, everyone's for BLM. Mitt Romney marched with BLM. What was that? Well, it was a scam, actually, it turns out.
Big scam.
It was a scam, and it really hurt the country. Candace Owens has done an entire documentary on this. It's called The Greatest Lie Ever Sold, George Floyd and the Rise of BLM. For the documentary, she showed up to the gated mansion in Laurel Canyon, Los Angeles, owned by BLM co-founder Patrisse Cullors. Colors then posted a video on Instagram complaining about Candace Owens' reporting. Watch this.
So we are headed to Laurel Canyon. We've yet to see any black people in this neighborhood. So there's definitely somebody home. Hello. I was just looking to speak to whoever is at this property. Sir? Hello? I don't know if he's going to get someone. I see a very cute German Shepherd, it looks like.
This morning, I woke up to Candace Owens being outside of my house with a news crew.
I can't see how this purchase helped Black lives anywhere in America. I can't even find a Black life on the property. The dog's not even Black.
Damn.
There's that.
Damn.
So they're literally trying to destroy us. They're trying to destroy me. They're trying to destroy the movement.
That's what they do. That's the first thing they do, man. Jump to manipulating your emotions. That's all they do. They trying to destroy us. What is us? You ain't get this mansion for us. What the hell are you doing for us? Absolutely nothing. I'm working to be in right relationship with black people and black movement. Biggest lie ever sold, man. Y'all are the enemy of the black community and been the enemy of the black community for a long time. Even before the movement came, black women like her sabotaged the black community. They manipulated the black community and they destroyed the black community a long time ago. And y'all just keep falling for the same shit.
And I just need us to be stronger.
When you live in a multi-million-dollar home in Laurel Canyon, it can be hard. Candace Owens is the person who caused the suffering you just saw. She's the producer of the brand new documentary, The Greatest Lie Ever Sold, George Floyd and the Rise of BLM. One of the bravest people we know and one of the smartest joins us tonight. Candace Owens, thanks so much. First of all, thank you for doing this. It's like that whole moment is forgotten. Why did you think it was important to make a documentary about it?
Because of exactly what you said, because they want you to forget it, right? They do these things, they sort of punch you in the face and then they move on and they say, nobody look any further. We're now moving on to a different narrative. It is important to pause and to reflect and to consider what happened and ask a very big question, which for whatever reason no journalist was interested in at the time. We were all basically required to either put up a black square or donate to Black Lives Matter or to make some, statement online about how black people are suffering to make sure that Black Lives Matter would receive the $80 million that it received in 1 year. But nobody asked the question, where's all the money going? I was interested because they turned me into public enemy number one for accurately talking about George Floyd, not in the capacity of a hero, but in the capacity of a person who was addicted to drugs and who had enough fentanyl in his system to kill a horse at the time that he died.
People don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. As much as we are angry at drunk drivers who kill innocent people, somehow George Floyd got a pass. Somehow George Floyd got a mural. When this man was high off all type of shit, operating the car, and he had a past of doing just some real despicable shit. This man robbed a pregnant woman, and because he died the way he died, he get a mural. Man, that shit almost made me lose faith in America, man. Like, straight up.
That made people angry because people were invested in the emotion of Black Lives Matter. And so, look, I'm wearing the shirt. It is the BLM symbol, but instead I've inserted some cash into it because what they really did is they robbed Americans. They robbed Americans' emotions. They extracted emotions. They used black pain to create confusion and to take millions upon millions, tens of millions of dollars from people. And where did the money go, Tucker? That's what the documentary explores. The people are going to be shocked. I hope people are very behind the transgendered movement because that's where a lot of this money went. And then there's just a dead trail because the one thing that you're afforded when you decide that you are transgender.
So the transgenders can get funded to get operations done, for them to go out and club and party and do things, for them to improve the quality of life for a lot of LGBTQ members. But you couldn't go into the actual black community and spread some of that money to the kids living in poverty. Where I'm from, I seen kids climb on each other's backs and help each other climb into dumpsters to get food, man, because they were starving. And because at the time, I was worse off than them, to tell you the truth. I couldn't help. It hurt me to see that. It really hurt me to see that there's black people out here who pretend to be for black people, want to help black people, pretend to care about the lives of black people, that know stuff like that is going on and do absolutely nothing about it.
You can change your name. So you don't know who any of these people were originally, but they received hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars of cash.
It's all. I just can't control myself and note, because I was there and I watched it. you were basically banned from all media, including some conservative outlets, but for telling the truth, the factual, documented truth about George Floyd.
And that's the thing about it, man. When it comes to being a leftist and being on the right, being a liberal and being a conservative, both sides are fickle. And I really hate that. Both sides are real fickle. When you on the conservative side, you can tell the truth, but don't tell too much of the truth now. You got to be aware that we got a little small agenda too. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay within them lines. When you on the liberal side, you got to stick to that act. Keep the act going. You slip up and show the real one time, and then we got to excommunicado you. And so it's like, it's dangerous, man, speaking your mind and being political like the way she is. So salute to her, man, for having the balls to do a lot of shit that a lot of men, especially in the black community, ain't had the balls to do.
You were not allowed to tell the truth. Which really was, I think,
exactly
a dark moment. Right. Let me ask you, do you know anybody, apart from the ladies living in Laurel Canyon and the transgenders you just mentioned, any actual, like, normal black person who benefited from BLM?
No, absolutely. It's the exact opposite. I can tell you millions of black people who suffered because they now live in the inner cities that were looted and that were rioted, and therefore the businesses picked up, which my documentary will show. They picked up and they left, because why wouldn't they leave? Obviously, if they're basically saying that crime is allowed to take place and these are zones in which there can be no policing. So these people are now suffering economically, and we of course predicted that that would be the outcome because of the BLM scam, which benefited nobody. And there are a lot of questions. In my personal opinion, this was a money laundering scheme. And it is interesting that these individuals, like Patrisse Cullors, decided to host a Joe Biden inauguration party at the Black Lives Matter house. Again, all of that is in the documentary. It's stunning. And I do want to add this. My personal charity,
And every black person who voted for Joe Biden, you the real coon. Y'all the real shucking and jiving people in the black community that set us back decades, man. And if you see that now, I hated that it took all this for you to understand that. But nah, you don't get no pass for that. You a coon. Because it's too much knowledge out here. It's way too much knowledge for y'all to be falling for the okie dokie like that, man. For y'all to be falling with the whoop. And then y'all did too much coming at the necks of black people like her, black people like me, who was trying to tell you the truth. Y'all came for our necks. Y'all shunned us. Y'all treated us like shit. Y'all called us coons. Just for us to be right in the end, we still don't get no acknowledgement. You still don't get no respect.
I announced that I was doing this documentary. I run a charity called Blexit. We received a letter 2 weeks after the trailer dropped from the IRS saying that they were going to investigate my charity. I welcome the investigation because I am not a scam artist and I do real work in the inner city communities. This is Biden's IRS once again saying you are not allowed to investigate anything that the media is complicit in.
That's unbelievable. You're a brave person. They're going to come for you at some point, as you know. Candace Owens.
They need to protect Candace Owens at all costs, man. I be on Twitter, right? And I see it's a lot of black people that really show a lot of hate. A lot of hate towards this woman, man, for no reason. Kanye, too, for that White Lives Matter shirt. I saw somebody say that Kanye's mother really killed herself just to be away from him. It ain't no limit to the hate in the black community, man. When you speak the truth, they'll do you dirty. They'll do you like Malcolm X. They'll shun you like Kanye and Candace. They low down, man. That's why I had to separate away from that toxic community, bro. I had to. Yeah, that's it for this vid, man. Let me know if you go see the documentary. Let me know. No, drop it in the comment section and give me a thumbs up, man. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell to get notified when I drop a new one. Leave a comment for that algorithm, man. I need to get my channel discovered so I can really start dropping gems. But yeah, that's it, man. Peace.
I might buy your book.